"72 hours after Walton Park hosted a tense Australia Cup qualifier, we are back for an NPL blockbuster between a pair of top four sides. Good evening everyone, James Coghlan behind the mic for this round 14 clash between Morton Bay and league leaders Gold Coast Knights. Our hosts have only had a few hours to enjoy their progression to the national stage of the Cup, having knocked off Gold Coast United on Wednesday evening with a quick turnaround for what is, without a doubt, their biggest test of the season. As for the Knights, they've ridden an 18-game unbeaten run in all competitions to a 4-point advantage at the summit of the NPL with 9 games to play. They still have their final hurdle in the Cup to come next weekend, and for now, their sole focus is taking care of business on the road. Let's run through tonight's lineups as the players have made their way out onto the pitch. 2 changes for Morton Bay from Wednesday. Sam Knight and Chris Marr drop out, with Nick Bernardi and Emma Donald Fagan coming in. The full lineup selected by Cameron Miller: the goalkeeper Matt Lugo, 2 Nick Bernardi, 4 Matt Richardson, 7 Naoki Maeda, 8 Emma Donnelly Fagan, 9 Marquez Walters, 13 Jeremy Stewart, 14 Will Edmiston, 20 Ben Holiday, 23 Reece Quinn Jones, and 24 the captain Declan Smith. As for Gold Coast Knights, they've gone with an unchanged lineup from their 5-1 win over East last weekend. Scott McDonald able to name the same starting 11 for consecutive matches for the 3rd time this season. We'll run through that side quickly. The goalkeeper Josh Langdon, 2 Jaden Walker, 3 Oscar Dillon, 4 Tyson Martin, 5 Austin Ludwig, 10 Max Brown, 12 Shelford Deas, 11 Aaron Reardon, 15 Ante Polyak, 17 Godfrey Debele, and 22 Max King. Our referee Casey Rybelt, assisted by Joey Lee and Misuk Park. Here's an experienced presence in the centre of the pitch, with Casey Rybelt selected to referee at the upcoming 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup. But for the time being, it's round 14 of the NPL. We've got you covered here on FQTV for the next 90 or so minutes. Let's get on with it on this clear Saturday evening up in Albany Creek. And with the watch sorted, we are underway with Morton Bay going from left to right on your screen. And they're preferred home strip of yellow and black. However, it is Knights to attack through King. Drive down that channel towards the byline, sizing up the options for the cross, looking for Polyak in the middle. Did that come off a hand? And Polyak drills that into the chest of Matt Lugo. Knights, early chance and not able to clear their lines, but eventually Donnelly Fagan does. There are the last 5 results for Morton Bay. A couple of wins, couple of defeats. But not pictured there was their 2-1 victory over Gold Coast United on Wednesday night. Goals from Jeremy Stewart and Marquez Walters, enough to see them into the national stage for the second time. Last appeared in 2017 as Walker tries to put the cross in, as we now see Gold Coast's last 5 results, 0 defeats in that time for our league leaders. A couple of big wins in the last fortnight, knocking off United in the derby, and then big win over... Oh, it's an own goal, or is it Godfrey Debelay? 75 seconds in, and Knights have been able to strike first. As King sized up his options, put the cross in, and just got over the head of Declan Smith, which is no easy feat, and Debelay was there to nod home and give Knights an early advantage. So for the 3rd straight NPL outing, Godfrey Debelay gets his name on the score sheet. His 5th goal of the NPL campaign. And Knights would be pretty pleased with how that game has started. Morton Bay perhaps need to get their legs under them after strong outing on Wednesday night. The Knights were able to put their feet up. They still have their Australia Cup round 7 tie to come. We'll fill you in on that a little bit later as Holiday is able to keep it in and feed co-Golden Boot leader Marquez Walters. He'll take on the shot, and it's popped up into the air for Langdon. Josh Langdon, one of the mainstays for Gold Coast Knights. 24-year-old is into the triple digits for appearances in this competition, and continue to add to that tally as the season rolls along. Donnelly Fagan out for Bernardi. 2 inclusions for Cameron Miller. And that curling attempted ball into the box can only find Langdon, who quickly gets it out for Debelay. Richardson plays it over the sideline. And Walters driving through the centre of the pitch, trying to fashion a bit of space for the shot. He'll take it on and fizzes it straight into the chest of Langdon. Walters, what a season he's having. Some would say he is the player of the season so far in NPL Queensland, and with a record of 17 goals in 21 appearances, be hard pressed to argue against that. Polyak. Out wide for Deus. Space for Walker. Put it on his left foot, trying to get to Polyak, who's put under pressure by Smith. Debelay again. He'll take another shot on and just rolls it wide. Didn't have a bit of help from Lugo. It does not. We'll quickly see if we can check the replay. And that ball gets down into the defensive third for Morton Bay. They're just finding themselves under quite a bit of pressure from Knights. Visitors look to get off to a quick start, which they have done. Caden Walker is shifted over to the left this season after the departure of his longtime partner in crime, Matt Schmidt. Softening it up, Debele. He's going to battle. Reardon. Rawman wins it back, but a heavy touch opens it up for Morton Bay to clear their lines. Walters unable to pinch it off Ludwig or Walker. Heavy touch from King could open up an opportunity, and Stewart was almost there to poke it home. But on the replay, Ludwig's pass just got caught at the feet of King, and Walters just squared it for Stewart, who couldn't get enough contact on it to direct it goalwards. Martin. Switching play for Brown, who's unable to keep that one in, as Quinn Jones is appealing for the throw-in, and Matthew Rybelt agrees. Bernardi with the going back. Lugo wants to rush his clearance, but it's able to find its intended target. Dylan plays that one all the way back for Langdon as he shifts it over to his right foot, and a loose touch could open up a chance for Bernardi. Thought about the shot for trying to square it for Edmiston, but a bit too much air on that ball. Martin going to put his lanky frame to good use, heading it away from a trio of Jets players. He's got Debele for support. Will fire it across Polyak, and will it sit for him? He fires it straight at Lugo. Great save by the Morton Bay goalkeeper, and he's going to be called on again here. The Jets unable to clear their line, and Gold Coast looking to lay siege down that end of the pitch once again. Walters trying to get around Austin Ludwig, but Knight's captain up to the challenge. And back for Walker and Ludwig. Langdon and Knights preparing for their next forward foray. Debele wrestling with Richardson, and Debele is fouled by Morton Bay defender. This is the second meeting between these sides in 2023. The round 3 fixture back on the 11th of March down at the Croatian Sports Centre. Finished 2 apiece. Polyak with a brace, and Sam Knight and Joe Scott, who is out injured this evening, scored for the visitors. And after a stoppage to the left of our screen for not entirely sure what, we've been given the all clear to continue play. Wide for Deus, but Quinn Jones got a foot to it and is forced into conceding the corner. Coming short to keep an eye on Polyak. He's lethal from a set-piece scenario, whether he's going himself or looking to play provider. There it is, Polyak with the outswing delivery, looking for Ludwig. Still alive, Debele takes a shot on, but Can't get clean contact, and it's scooped up by Lugo. Drive it into the Knights' half. Martin will see off Holiday. Bernardi will play it forward for Walters. And sliding challenge by Ludwig. Doesn't end the Morton Bay attack, but that intervention by Ludwig will. Maeda keeping Morton Bay in possession. Holiday curling ball is always going to be a big ask to get that cross in to Walters with a pair of Knights defenders in front of him, and a foul about 10 yards short of halfway, centre of the pitch. Holiday cuts out that pass by Deus. An air swing there by Deus has given Morton Bay the ball back. Stewart forced to send it back to halfway as Smith short to Maeda. Gwyn Jones. And clip it forward, Edmiston. Looking like he's playing in a slightly more advanced role this evening than we saw midweek. Brown able to hold off the challenger Smith and give it to the on-rushing King. That's along the ground, can't find its intended target, Bernardi. Holiday with a heavy touch, was able to get by Martin, but Deus was across in support. Smith link up with Maeda. '23 signing Naoki Maeda, who was, in my opinion, the man of the match on Wednesday night. It's about on every single blade of grass at Walter Park, and it was attempted pass for Walters, which didn't quite thread the needle. And that was a challenge by Ludwig, which eventually is brought back after a few protestations from not only Morton Bay's players, but a few of the supporters in the stands. Let's see if we catch the replay of this. And yeah, well, Ludwig was claiming he got the ball, but it's reasonable to assume that that was the correct call by Rybelt. It's Walters and Donnelly Fagan addressing the free kick, because Walters has been on set-piece duty this season, but is yet to score from a free kick. Donnelly Fagan shaping up for more of a curling effort. Langdon quite centrally, making sure he's got both posts covered. It's Donnelly Fagan, he gets too much air on that strike. Langdon goes to retrieve the ball with the assistance of someone behind the goal. You see a strike from Emran Donnelly Fagan. Just couldn't quite get it to dip down and cause any sort of drama for Langdon. We've had a couple of misplaced passes from both sides so far this evening. Marty grabbing another 5 or so metres. Walters watched closely by Reardon, and as he tried to cut back inside, Reardon was there. Richardson, the foul on Debele. Debele did score against Morton Bay last season in East's colours, back in the round 2 catch-up on the 27th of July. Again, bring that under control as he looks to get around Richardson, which he's done well. Debele, he's got Brown and Polyak in support. Ante Polyak on the turn, and that would have been a spectacular finish, but he just put it wide. How about that run from Godfrey Debele, just seeing off the physical presence of Matt Richardson, and Quinn Jones had the unenviable task of trying to mark Polyak and Brown. He was able to strike that first time. I feel like that would have been 2-0 Knights, but took the touch to try and give himself a stable attempt. And someone's down in back play for Morton Bay. Looks like it might be Will Edmiston. He's clutching his leg, Walters. Able to see off that challenge. Brown switching it out for Polyak, and just enough on that header from Gwyn Jones to take it away from Polyak. And we are having a stoppage now with Will Edmiston down and in a fair bit of discomfort by the looks of things. Just try and pull up in that passage of play around the area he's gone down. And the question now becomes, who replaces Will Edmiston? He's got a couple of options on the bench. Does Cameron Miller? Chris Marr would be the obvious one, which would push Maeda further forward. Ludwig doing his best lawyer impersonation there, just having a word with the assistant on the near side. As he's allowed to have a civil conversation wearing the armband. And unfortunately that is going to be the end of the evening for Will Edmiston. Cold night. Looks like that's, well, back of the left leg. He's limping off, clutching what looks to be the hamstring. Not that I'm a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. I'll just wait for confirmation on who will be replacing the 22-year-old. And we'll assume that this is going to be added on time, as Morton Bay might actually be playing with 10 for the time being as they get their sub ready. Walker sees his run wind up, with possession back in his favour. King, Reardon. A heavy touch from Reardon, but it's all bouncing the way of Knights at the moment. Walker, look at his delivery correct, and there is Chris Marr. He's watching closely in the background. The seasoned veteran of the NPL Queensland competition, as he's come on probably a little bit earlier than he would have been hoping to do. However, in terms of players you can call upon in a situation like this, it's one of the experienced heads you'd be more than happy to have. Debele, he's testing out those legs nice and early, chasing down Godfrey Debele. He was 9 years his junior. And Polyak caught on his heels as Wyn Jones was able to intercept that pass, but fortunately for him, it looks like Stewart was caught on his heels as well. We'll get the ball back. Jaden Walker to take the throw in. Bernardi teeing up Walters. He's closed down very quickly. I think Walters did burst onto the scene at the start of the season. Just about every side in Queensland is aware of the danger he possesses as Holiday went on a run of his own. Cross from Donnelly Fagan towards the back post. Too tall for Walters. Into the replay here. So work calls for a handball on Donnelly Fagan, but quite sure the letter of the law as it's currently written suggested that was a handball, although like most spectators, your guess can be as good as mine. We are halfway through the first half here at Walter Park. NPL round 14 from Queensland, Morton Bay Gold Coast Knights. James Coughlin in commentary on FQ TV, bringing you all the action in this top four clash. Morton Bay coming into this evening's match in third. 7 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats. They're trailing our ladder leaders Knights by 7 points. Knights 9 wins, 3 draws, 1 defeat, and that 1 defeat all the way back in round 1. Might not have been an ideal start of the season for Scott McDonald. Holiday going for a run, but going to pick out Reardon, who plays it behind for a corner. Wasn't an ideal round 1 for Knights. Since then, there'll be very few complaints down at Carrara with how this season has gone. This is the start of a very busy fortnight for the Knights. It does include seeing off this corner, Maeda. We'll clip it towards the back post, looking for Wyn Jones. And it just goes wide, and that was the best chance Morton Bay have had so far. Well-worked set-piece routine, picking out Maeda is shaped to go on his right, clipped it on his left, and Wyn Jones found himself all alone, but was unable to direct that one goalward. Pretty damn close, though. For Holiday. And Jones just evading a couple of challenges from Brown and Martin. Brown with a beautiful ball over the top for Polyak, and just too heavy on the first touch from Ante Polyak. Allowed it to run comfortably into the arms of Lugo. Lugo playing his first NPL campaign since 2021. Part of Logan's promotion and their inaugural season. Top flight one. Most recent season. Most recent promotion. Sorry, I got caught in my own sentence structure there. And went to Rochdale last year, won promotion with them in their runner-up campaign in the FQPL. And some big saves along the way, and now he's at Walter Park. Here's King, watched closely a pair of black jerseys, and Ma able to pounce on the loose ball. Donnelly Fagan. And Jones, he's been very busy tonight. And Minardi, who's pushed forward from his right back spot. Holiday forward from left. He's trying to get by Martin. He's got by Deus as well. Ben Holiday with the cross towards the back post. Eventually it rolls to the feet of Donnelly Fagan. He'll put the cross in himself, as it looks like Ben Holiday might be down in back play as well. Morton Bay continuing with 10 through Maeda. Donnelly Fagan, and this would be a nightmare for the Jets, as they could be forced into a second substitution early on. We've already seen Edmiston withdrawn, but Holiday looks like he's up on his feet and going to continue for the time being. Smith just a bit of a dribble himself, but could be caught out now as Ludwig pinched a heavy touch. King back in numbers, but King's still in possession. Walker get it on his preferred right foot, which he can do to tee up Martin. Debele getting back on his right foot, and he'll sizzle one over the crossbar. Holiday looks like he's shaken off what was bugging him. Walters has left Dylan in a heap, but Dylan bounces right back up. Walters drills it into Deus, and Dylan asks what's going on, as he caught the back end of that collision on the replay. Four Morton Bay players to aim for from this corner, which is delivered straight in towards the back post. Walters heads it across the face, and it was sent over by Jeremy Stewart. Oh, and another great chance for the home side. And Walters, well, I don't think he could have actually sent that one goalwards, because he had the falling frame of Smith right in front of him. Just starting to get a bit of a foothold after getting sucker punched almost immediately off the kickoff. On the defensive now. Brown can't bring that one under control. Poliak sprints to bring that one under control, but his pass for King is cut out by Bernardi. Across the pitch, but briefly to the advantage of Holiday, but he loses out in a 2-on-1. Okay, once again, back on his right foot. There you go. Rises to claim that. And that is potentially one of the things you do lose with Walker. Switching over to the left, he does prefer to cut back on his right foot, which can kill his momentum. Stewart up for Walters. Ludwig sees off the threat. Morton Bay back in possession. Pass is able to find Ben Holiday. Maeda. For an option in front of him, he's Ma. Knights are back in a well-organised structure. It's never easy to break them down. It's 15 NPL goals conceded in their 13 matches. One of the better defensive records. Not 13, I beg your pardon. The plus 15 goal difference. Bernardi's headers gathered up by Brown. It's back at the feet of Max Brown. King looking to shape for a cross, but can't get the angle. So Knights will switch it all the way over to the far side. Martin continues his run. Maeda seems to cause just enough disruption to cut out that, but now Deus with room. Donnelly Fagan just hoofs it clear. Walters, and he win the foot race for this. He can't. Ludwig once again in the right position. He's afforded space. He'll take the shot on himself and just bobbles wide. Lugo encouraging his team to push a little bit higher as we go to the replay. Just nobody quite closing him down. You wonder if there was an expectation on Richardson to shut down the space, but all's well that ends well. Without knowing the exact defensive responsibilities, it's all just speculation. Goes through the back of Maeda and he'll protest, but you just see there Maeda cleaned up, but he's up and on the ball again to receive the free kick. Well-timed challenge there by Martin. Nothing wrong with that. Bringing you scores from around the grounds, as I'm sure you've become accustomed to on FQTV from the NPL and McDonald's FQPL games, and we might have Opportunity here for Knights as Debele puts it across the face of goal, and Lugo just got a fingertip to that, I think, to take it away from Polyak. Walker lost it towards the back post, and Lugo to catch that one cleanly. If he spilled it, Debele would have been in for a second. Getting it to Stuart Maeda. He's going for a run if he can escape from Martin. Stuart out for Bernardi. He'll bend it towards the back post, and it's stayed in. Just allowed Holiday to regather, and he'll try and dribble into the box with Deas for company. Clipped up there, Maeda with the header. It could fall for Walters. And the header could have gone either side of Langdon, and instead it was straight at the Knights custodian. And it was so close to potential equalizer. Morton Bay starting to have their chances. Just going to make one count. Just caught on his heels, and Knights getting the ball back. It's 8 minutes of normal time, plus probably a minute or two of stoppages after the injury to Will Edmiston, which has forced us into a change in the first half for Morton Bay. Chris Marr coming on. King finds the head of Smith. King might get another bite at the apple. There's with the deflected cross, and behind it goes for another Knights corner. It's just trying to find ways to build up. Morton Bay with a very narrow shape, and Holiday the last touch. Over goes Polyak. A shortage of tall options to aim for, no pun intended. Dylan, Martin, King has come out to the edge of the 18-yard box. Instead, it's a direct delivery looking for Dylan, and Maeda puts a boot through that to clear the lines. Knights still in possession as Walters gives chase. Maeda used his body well to get the ball for his side, and here he is in possession again, taking it into the Knights half. Stewart. One challenge and centres it to, I'm not quite sure what he would have seen, but Gwyn Jones, well read. It's Bernardi with Gwyn Jones continuing his run in the centre. Walker marshalling him towards the byline. Back it goes for Mark, and he put the right ball in. He tried to feather it to Maeda, and now it's Knights on the counter-attack. Debele with a head of steam. Going for Reardon. And it goes for Polyak. Holiday closing him down. Polyak gets it off Holiday, much to the shock of the Morton Bay wingback. However, unsurprisingly, one of our officials were moved by that appeal. And goes the delivery towards the 6-yard box, and Martin trying to get a foot to it. Shot taken on by King, and it was always rising. Might have to skip the replay with Lugo taking this one quickly. Smith Slipped as he struck it, but better contact than John Terry did as Ludwig has collected one of the players, but it could be in now for Walters from a tight angle and a sliding block from Oscar Dillon. And it is going to be a booking for Austin Ludwig as you see the challenge on the replay. Definitely got all the player, and that was an excellent block. The track back by Dillon. So Ludwig collects his 5th booking in all competitions for the season, and Morton Bay with a corner. Walters coming short. I can confirm the ball is placed behind that pole on the right of your screen. In it goes, and it's not cleanly gathered. On the bounce, it is collected by Langdon, and Stewart quickly apologising to the plethora of players in red jerseys around him. So he might have to boot in on Langdon while the ball was loose. Brown. Here is Polyak. He goes for the byline, looking to get it to Debele, but Lugo dealt with that well. Tipped it up in the air because that ball was coming in at some pace. And the ball over the top looking for Stewart, who has stolen a step and has been flagged for offside. And if my stats are correct, that is Ludwig's 5th NPL yellow card of the season, which will earn him a suspension. He's away off the club lead. Martin has picked up 8 in all competitions this season. Smith picking up Maeda, but it's fallen for Bernardi. Debele earns a free kick for his side as Ma will look to have a discussion. And surprisingly, Rybelt having none of it. Polyak. Please, and the person on the sideline get a good photo from that position. Half a dozen players to aim for. Good fall now as Brown will take the shot, and it's deflected behind with Smith getting his body in the way. Declan Smith. Go to the replays. They set up the corner. So I thought it might have been dealt with there, but just enough of a late bend on it. Declan Smith is one of the leaders in the NPL for blocks, averaging just under 1 per 90 minutes. And when you've got the sizable frame that he has, you may as well put it to good use. Polyak. We find a Morton Bay head, and it's going to be an offside call anyway against Polyak. Just see if we can catch it here with Polyak. Yeah, he was caught out by the Jets' defence. That was good discipline from the set piece. Shaking off whatever was bothering him a few minutes ago. Maeda. Stewart running through. Stewart. there as Knights repel another threat. And Fagan back into his own half. Wyn Jones. And Richardson is going to have to chase that one down, which he's been able to do. Holiday. It's inside, but he was almost tackled by his teammate Stewart there, and those two might just be having a bit of a discussion about who should have been where on that run. And one ball for Polyak. It was for a goal kick. We are now into stoppage time. Potentially another minute to be played by my watch. Again, I'm just a commentator, not the referee, so at the discretion of Casey Rybelt. Able to get the bend on that one as it was over the sideline for the Knights throw in. Debele switching play well. Side flag has stayed down against Polyak, and trying to take the shot on, but can only rustle the netting behind Matt Lugo's goal. Track back to receive that pass, and Wyn Jones can only play it off Debele. And that will be the end of an eventful first half here at Walter Park. Gold Coast Knights leading Morton Bay United 1-0, courtesy of Godfrey Debele's goal in the second minute. No shortage of chances for both sides through 45 minutes. And we are going to step away, and we'll be back with the second half after these messages.
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Pride themselves on delivering top-quality FIFA regulation-compliant goals. Each goal is made from durable, high-density, thick aluminium and then finished in a white powder coat. To provide quick delivery, Vito Sports stock all goals in this range within their Brisbane distribution warehouse, allowing customers to quote, order and deliver in a matter of days. If you'd like to inquire about the Vito Sports goal range, email us at admin@vitosports.com.
And we're back for the second half of this NPL Round 14 clash. It is Morton Bay Gold Coast Knights with the visitors leading 1-0, courtesy of Godfrey Debele. James Coughlin in the commentary booth, and as you can see, we are underway. We've already got a free kick for Gold Coast Knights. And Ante Polyak will move into position as the tall timber heads forward. The Knights struck 75 seconds into the first half. Can they get off to an equally quick start here? Polyak's free kick finds the head of Ludwig, and eventually it's dealt with. And Morton Bay gets a reprieve through the offside flag. And we'll just check off the players as they come through. I don't think we've had... Actually, no, we have had a halftime change for Morton Bay. It is Lockie Strogus on in jersey number 19, making his third NPL appearance of the season and his first since round 5 away to Gold Coast United on the 25th of March. However, I'm not entirely sure who he is replaced just yet. That may be a wait and see. Goes for Holiday. Well, just looking at the way Strogus has positioned himself, could very well be for Jeremy Stewart. As Shelford Deus is directed back onto his side of the halfway line for this throw-in. Martin stepped on by Donnelly Fagan. But not for a free kick, which I thought was what was signalled. Brown is putting Mara under pressure, but the veteran able to see off that threat. Surgeon Ball is able to find another half-time substitute, actually, Damon Anderson. So 3 fresh sets of legs out on the field now. If you can count Chris Mara's fresh legs, he's on the ball now. Anderson with the attempted curling cross, unable to find Walters. There's Gwyn Jones collects that one, and it's forward now for Strogus, who puts it over the head of Walters. Maeda retrieves. Closely by Walker, as just searches for support. Moves it for Anderson on the far corner. Strogus, no offside, puts the ball in, can't get it by Dillon, and behind it goes for a Morton Bay corner. Oscar Dillon opting to play it safe, as plenty of bodies around Langdon. Curling deliveries, it's punched away but not cleared. And clip towards the back post, here's Walters. And it is going to be another corner for Morton Bay. So after some close examination, looks like it is Matt Richardson and Jeremy Stewart who have been withdrawn. Delivery into the 6-yard box. It's punched by Langdon, not dealt with. Bernardi denied by Langdon, who was scrambling back and was able to bring that goal-bound header under control. Martin losing his footing, but only slightly. Debele closely. Bay will try and make sure he doesn't breach their defence again. Switched over to Polyak. Well, King, I beg your pardon, and he'll shape for the shot. King, as it's stopped by Lugo. And a crowd of bodies and almost tripped up Holiday. And Martin got the ball with that challenge, and Deus. His pocket picked by Bernardi. And Ma. The header and that flying challenge on Debele was deemed to be legal, but it looks like it will be an offside flag against the Knights striker. And Casey Rybelt just explaining her thought process as to why it wasn't a free kick for Knights. Bring to an end what has been a pretty good week for Morton Bay United. How good would it be if they can take something off the league leaders? We need a goal at least for that. It's a low driven ball and palmed away by Langdon. Just requiring a touch from someone in a Morton Bay shirt. Just by Martin, and Martin very quick to apologise. Martin is going to be booked despite his apologies. So Martin becomes the second Gold Coast Knights player into Casey Rybelt's notebook. That is the 31st yellow card in NPL for Gold Coast Knights. Heading into this weekend, they were equal third for most yellow cards, equal with Brisbane City. Penn Power picking up 34 bookings, Redlands with 30. King. Back for Walker, and his pass bounces off Anderson. And a free kick for Morton Bay as Smith thought about taking it quickly, and on the second swing at the ball decided to get it out to Anderson. Through ball now crossed into the centre. Ludwig there for the interception once again. And that one did cross the sideline, and Knights get a reprieve. This is the time of year where depth really does matter for a lot of these sides. There's a loose throw in by Walker. Gives the ball back to Morton Bay. And Anderson unable to get position on Walker. And behind it goes for a goal kick. Well, Langdon is setting up. We will bring you some of the scores from round 14 of the NPL Queensland. Rochdale 3-1 over Redlands last night. Scoreless draw at the reopening of Goodwin Park between Olympic and Sunshine Coast Wanderers. Today we've seen Gold Coast United 3-0 winners over East, as we've got Knights getting a free kick, as Donnelly Fagan will argue, and King has stayed down. Pretty sure I just saw Someone on the Morton Bay bench just adamant that they got the ball. And in the match that's just been completed, you might have switched over from that one with Josh Musamisi in commentary. Lions 2-0 winners away to Brisbane City in the second 2023 Brisbane Classico. Cuts out that cross. Maeda. He gets it away before he's tripped up. Strogus cuts inside, just shrugs off the challenge. He'll take the shot. It falls for Holiday. And Ben Holiday will take on the shot from range. That one was travelling, but always on the rise. By Strogus, as his shot is blocked by Dillon, and Holiday strike away, but just couldn't get it down, and Langdon was happy to see that one fly over. Polyak with space. He'll take the shot on, it's deflected, and foot from Gwyn Jones took just enough sting out of that to make it fairly straightforward for Lugo. Stroke was trying to play it inside for Maeda, but can't find the target. Deus. And he was collected late by Bernardi, and well, unsurprisingly, Knight's not all that keen to play on, and that is going to be a yellow card for Nick Bernardi. And I'll tell you what, that was a very deep shade of yellow, possibly venturing towards orange with the raised foot. As Nick Bernardi picks up his third booking. And Tyson Martin just offering some support for Casey Rybelt's decision. And well, it's only going to be Ante Polyak from here. 5 of 11 on free kicks. Scored from a dead ball back in March against Morton Bay. Can he do it again? Lugo will want to make sure he gets this ball absolutely spot on. However, you can have a perfectly placed wall, and that doesn't always matter against Polyak. Lugo wants a far post. Polyak take on the strike, and it's again through the wall, but with a heavy enough touch to Lugo to finally pick that one up. Donnelly Fagan. Watched by King, who gave him a little shove in the back that was seen by Rybelt. Fagan just with a little bit of a frustrated gesture as you just see the shove from King. And what's Donnelly Fagan here is he's got some words possibly for Strogus. And now it's Morton Bay's turn for a set piece as we approach the hour mark. Flipped in, and Langdon likes that one amongst a pile of bodies. And down goes Gwyn Jones. Just the full force of Josh Langdon coming for that set piece. Actually, I beg your pardon, it was Bernardi. And I believe we're going to have a substitution now as Tyson Martin saunters over to the halfway mark. As he gets his hours work in. And having picked up a yellow card, And with Knights likely to be on the defensive coming forward, or for the next half hour or so, I suppose it shouldn't be too much of a surprise to see one of their main defensive workhorses withdrawn. And he's replaced by Brandon McMorrow, has taken up station on that left wide midfield role. But for the time being, Knights are defending, and it is McMorrow. One-year-old Brandon McMorrow, he's on for his 14th appearance of the league season. It's King to escape a challenge, and he'll cannon that one off Smith. Debele riding the challenge of Holiday. And plenty of space through the middle for Brown as he tries to tee up Polyak. Smith tracking that run well. Ma, a pair of red jerseys, but evading that challenge and getting it out for Maeda. This pass is intercepted by Reardon. And King gets the ball rolling to Walker. Debele. And find a way through. Bernardi gave a tug on his jersey and conceded the free kick. I mentioned in the intro today, Knights naming the same starting 11 in consecutive weeks. Polyak has picked Smith's pocket, has sent it out wide and just pushing Debele too deep as he's forced to play the cross. McMorrow teeing up Brown as that's deflected behind off Gwyn Jones, and it's going to be another corner for Knights as Gwyn Jones has stayed down now, and you do wonder an hour into the match how fresh are the legs on Morton Bay. That's far tonight. Lockie Strogus in 19. He's the only player that didn't feature on Wednesday night. Going to run out this evening. Polyak curling it towards the near post, headed away. Cleared McMorrow, he'll take the strike on and send that one over the bar. And the third time this season, Knights have been able to name the same starting 11. Did so in consecutive NPL games, that is. In rounds 8 and 9, McDonald made a change for round 10 and was able to keep that same 11 for round 11. Morrow stopped in his tracks by Gwyn Jones, but maintains possession and makes that lunging challenge. And it's Gold Coast turn to try and fend off a counter-attack, but a heavy touch by Gwyn Jones is killed that momentum. Dylan gets it to Reardon. Flip it out for Debele. Debele will square it in for Polyak, and their advantage has been almost doubled. I thought that was in for a second, but you just put it into the side netting, aren't they, Polyak? A narrow angle to work with, and Ma is getting through. Knight striker. It's over the top and brought on control by Anderson. However, the heavy touch allowed Ludwig to come back and intervene. And we have a stoppage now with, looks like another potential injury for a Knights player. Who is it that's down in back play? Can't quite see who it is. However, could be Oscar Dillon, just looking at. Actually, it's not Dillon. I've seen him make his way onto the screen. I think I might just refrain from speculation, and in the meantime, point out this is a good time of the season for clubs' depth to be tested. A couple of notable outs for both sides. Morton Bay, Joe Scott, he was last seen on the 6th of May. Bailey Ratcliffe, 2nd of June. Sakashita Mitsuru, he last took to the field in round 10. However, he was an unused sub last weekend. Meanwhile, for Knights, they're without Paki DeVita, their Italian maestro. Phil Larsson, the midfield enforcer, and Socceroo Brad Inman. DeVita hasn't been seen since the 6th. It is Jaden Walker, who is the player making his way off, with Jordan Farina watching very closely, and if the score remains 1-0, I get the feeling Farina could be called upon. He was in the squad on Wednesday night, but didn't play. And when you're holding on to a 2-0 lead for the final quarter of an hour, you don't necessarily need to rely on a striker, as Walker gets his leg tended to. That's down a man, but that won't curtail their attacking intent. Helter-skelter, Reardon gets it under control and fires that shot into the people enjoying a sit down behind the goal. We'll see if Jaden Walker is able to continue. The natural substitute would be Luke Beckwith for the time being, but able to defend here, headed away by Dillon, and Donnelly Fagan. Well, the idea was there, but technique not quite where it needed to be. And actually, I think that change has already been made. Luke Beckwith has come on. Jody Dickens, one of the hardest working people at Knights. And also one of the friendliest people at Knights. Always up for a chat. Making way in the foreground before is Anderson. Sends it out wide, it's Strogus. Bends that one over to Holiday as he'll get the heavy touch. Can he keep that one in? He cannot. And it is behind for a goal kick, and Ben Holiday is continuing to go to work on Shelford Days. You get the feeling he might just be one of the ones capable of unlocking what has been a resolute Knights defence thus far. And it actually almost looks like we might have had a bit of a formation change for Morton Bay as well. And Bernardi comes away from that hobbling. As he just off to the right of the screen, and if that's been noticed by Knights, Debele will try and get around him, but Bernardi has enough energy to shake that one off, and well, he's still battling. Walker is now making his way back to the Knights bench, as you can see there. Just hope it's nothing too serious. 20 minutes, just under 20 minutes of normal time remaining here at Walter Park. Anderson, now Strogus. Strogus who collides with Beckwith. Strogus very quick to apologise to the Knights bench and possibly Walker for that collision before. This throw-in can only find Anderson. The way it's shaping up now, it certainly does look like seeing a shift from Morton Bay. As Walters, excellent turners. He's been quiet in the second half, but really needs half a chance to have his say. Looks like now across the back it's Anderson, Gwyn Jones, Smith and Bernardi. Holidays push forward into the midfield. However, that attack petered out, and we are going to have another two changes. Donnelly Fagan coming off, and it is Jordan Farina making his way on. And Sam Knight coming on for Marquez Walters. That's a bit of a surprise. So Jordy Farina, he's on for his 10th NPL appearance of the season. Scored 5 goals, but none in the NPL. His last goal in this competition, having spent last season in the McDonald's FQPL with Brisbane Strikers, came on the 17th of October 2021 for Lions against Morton Bay. Can he end that drought? We'll just have to wait and see. Right now it's all about the defence as Debele lost his footing and instead he's forced to tee it up for Brown, whose shot took a deflection, and it should be a corner here for Knights. And that is exactly what has been signalled. Goes the corner free header, and it's cleared off the line by Maeda. A huge stop there by the midfielder. We'll go to the replay now as they set up their next corner. See if we can fit that one in. It was a free header and Lugo was beaten, but that is why you keep players on the posts. In comes the next corner, another header for Knights, and eventually it's cleared away by Strogus. So that is the bench emptied of outfield players for Cameron Miller as well. All he has left to call upon is Jake Clancy, but he's made his 5 subs, so doesn't seem like it's something we'll be seeing this evening. And Smith, under pressure, but is able to get that passway for Maeda. And if Morton Bay, we get a point in Poliak with the challenge, and I think he is going to talking to after cleaning out Bernardi. See if Carter's come out. We won't be able to check out that replay because we have play on. Holiday trying to get around Deus, but 27-year-old NPL veteran Shelford Deus. You can see that one off as he's taking this throw in after stretching out the legs a little bit. And Farina, he's in now. Jordan Farina for his return, he's leveled it. Jordan Farina, 1-1. And let's see it again. What a ball over the top from Damon Anderson to find Jordy Farina. And doesn't he love that one? So 15 minutes to go. Scores are level. And how about that for a super sub? Jordy Farina, he's been on for, well, let's say 3 minutes. And he scored his first NPL goal in 20 months. And almost instant reply. So Jordan Farina's first NPL goal in 608 days. 20 months is enough to get Morton Bay back on level terms. They took a point from Gold Coast Knights when they travelled to Carrara. And Farina is clattered into by Reardon. Advantage played. Anderson out for Holiday. He's forced to check back for Maeda. A couple of options in the middle if he wants it. Instead goes out for Holiday. Maeda. And Morton Bay back into their own half. That's not what they would have been looking for, but they still have possession. 11 minutes of normal time remaining. The ball is bounced up towards Anderson. Here is Anderson. He's got Strogus and Knight in support. Kareen's off. And there's going to be a yellow card for Aaron Reardon. There's a track back for that foul earlier on Farina. Another yellow card for Knights. It's 3. And I believe that is going to be a goal kick. Oh, it was just half a second there where I thought that one might have deflected back off one of the Knights players, but we will have a stoppage now with Max King to be withdrawn. I believe that might be Christian Miladnis possibly coming on. Another tactical tweak has paid dividends for Morton Bay, and now it's Scott McDonald's turn to respond. That's the first challenge of Anderson, but he's at the second, and then he's almost tackled by Chris Marr. Actually, I beg your pardon, that is Jacob Mudnich, who's come on in place of King. And former Calabar and Raw player. Beckwith. Played centrally, but Maeda's there to mop up at the top of the 18-yard box. Mudnich regathers. And that one rolls behind for a goal kick. Will we have a winner? Just 2 draws from 9 matches between these sides. Gold Coast Knights with the advantage in wins, 5-2. That score in Morton Bay, 16-10 in the NPL history between these clubs. Maeda wasting that one long, nodded down by Farina, and just can't bring that one under control. And Mudnich. A slip there as Polyak brings it under control. Debele, he's got Brown in support. Max Brown, he'll shape for the shot and just fizzes it over Lugo's goal. Started with the slip from Gwyn Jones. Both sides have found footing a little bit tough this evening. And Brown, that one was travelling. And Lugo looks like he might be a little bit sore after jump to try and bring that one under control. And Christian Brimora has also come on to enter the fray now. Let's see who was withdrawn, but he's there in the number 9 shirt. I feel like it's a relatively safe and somewhat educated guess to think it's one of the attackers he's replaced. As Knights chase all 3 points for their 10th win of the season. They look to extend that unbeaten run to 19 games. Cross goes in, is headed away by Smith. Mudnich keeping that in the attacking third. The sideline goes into the Knights bench. McDonald quickly gets that to Beckwith. Back gets it to his fellow substitute Mudnich, and now Reardon for Deus. And it's Brown who unceremoniously shoves back Bernardi. Up. Play on. Reardon. His curling ball can only find Knight. Scuff clearance could fall now for McMorrow, but he runs into a yellow and black wall. Marr. He's now playing it too far ahead of Strogos, and Langdon's there to sweep. Beckwith. Pace of play starting to pick up. 5 minutes remaining. Do we have a winner? It might be Debele who's One withdrawn for Brymora. I can't see him on the field anymore. Deus can see him as he's clipped it in, and Lugo take it away from Brown. Looks like these sides, as it stands, are heading to a point apiece. Unable to be split twice this season as it stands. Although Will Christian Malardness, who's on the ball now, another substitute, the 17-year-old. Will he have something to say? As he might have replaced Polyak. Let's roll the dice for Knights. In a way, Knights looking to capitalise on their ascendancy in the last few minutes. Can they find a go-ahead goal? Beckwith just showed too much of the ball for Knight, and his last touch off Knight for a Knight's corner. Perhaps we should say last touch off a Morton Bay player for a Gold Coast corner. 3 minutes to go. Will this be the decisive set piece? Corners were huge. Well, corners and free kicks were huge for Morton Bay in their Australia Cup triumph over the Knights' local rivals. And they see off the threat here. It's towards the near post, flicked on and cleared off the line by Bernardi. Another corner for the visitors. Just about anything could have happened there. We are in the replay at the moment. There's a slice on that clearance. Set piece now for the visitors. 2 minutes of normal time remaining. It goes towards the near post as it's not dealt with. Brown had a swing at it, still alive. Ludwig, he'll try and chip it over, regathered by Dillon. He'll look to put it in, and a free header from Alardness. Over the crossbar it goes, and Morton Bay survive. Oh, that could have been the moment for the youngster, Christian Malardness. Scored his last NPL outing. 1 goal from 3 substitute appearances. And Farina just unable to get out of his blocks to chase that one down. He's almost occupying a target man role now. Brown, excellent touch, is able to try and get around Bernardi. Deus for support. Deus takes a touch and he'll get the cross in towards Brymora at the back post. Brought under control by Beckwith, I believe. Smith heads it away. Brown chested down. He'll have a swing at it. Not dealt with. And was that a handball? It certainly struck the arm of the Morton Bay player. However, was it in a natural position? I think that may be subject of debate going forward. Strogus dispossessed. Knight on the attack again. Malardness in support for Dillon with his curling deliveries. Smith just hoofs that one clear towards the halfway line. Mudnich. Beckwith. He'll go for a run. He'll step back inside. Reardon with a chance to settle. Round back for Deus. And now into second half stoppage time. Only 3 minutes to be played. Deus evades, well, almost evaded that challenge of Anderson, but a whole lot of complaints from the infringing Morton Bay player. Over comes Woodnich to deliver. 20-year-old is yet to score this season, but can he provide? Well, there, and Maeda has come very, very close, but Woodnich gets that one away. Lugo gets that one out of the air and away from Ludwig. And Knight's just nodding it back into the Morton Bay half. Dillon, he can hit the ball. It's a deflected cross in. Cleared away by Strogus. And Knight putting Morton Bay under the pump in the closing stages of this top four battle. Woodnich. Another deflected cross, and there we go, unable to keep that one in. So another corner for Knights. Just about the last 4 or 5 minutes has been pretty much down this end of the pitch. As Knights with the more likely side to score a winner. Will it come from this set piece? Mundich's delivery. Nodded over the bar. Who got the last touch? Well, based on the reaction from the, well, we'll call them assistant referee, seated on the deck here at Walter Park, the joyous reaction, it's going to be a goal kick as Lugo sets up. 3rd minute of stoppage time. It's nodded on for Farina. Dillon cannons it into the back of Geordie Farina, but it's regathered by Knights. Ludwig under no pressure as he launches that one for Malardness. Out it goes, and another Morton Bay player is down, and we'll have a few more minutes of time added on as to seek treatment for that. That might be Gwyn Jones. Scores remain locked. 93 minutes played, and we'll probably have another minute to go once proceedings are resumed. And just a reminder, 5 outfield players named on the bench for Morton Bay have already been called upon. So if this is going to be the end of the night for Reece Gwyn Jones as he hobbles off, well, I think he may find a reserve of energy to get himself back on the pitch for the final few minutes. Tackle there by Anderson, sends it out for another throw in, and it's like another set piece for Gold Coast Knights. Surely this is the final opportunity. Everyone, well, just about everyone forward for Knights. Just about everyone back for Morton Bay. In it goes, looking to find a header. It could drop for Dillon. Instead, it's cleared away. Knights have another opportunity. Beckwith, he'll launch it forward to the far side, headed back across towards the near post, and knotted behind by Gwyn Jones. So one more corner, is it? I don't know how many more times I can say one more, but we'll just have to see as we go to the replay. Beckwith. It's headed across. These players have left it all out on the field. In it goes. Could fall Dillon. He can't get the strike away. Cleared. Beckwith with an awkward angle. And for the second time this season, Morton Bay and Gold Coast Knights unable to be separated. A 1-1 draw. Godfrey Debelay scoring for Knights in the second minute before the super sub, Geordie Farina, 13 minutes from time. Morton Bay, they'll be away to East next Saturday night, while Gold Coast Knights, they've got their Australia Cup tie. They're heading to Cairns Sunday, 2 p.m. You can catch all those matches live on FQTV. I'm James Coughlin. This has been a production of Double Take Sports for Football Queensland. Thank you very much for your company. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.